Hello everyone, this is of course me, Sapling, and welcome back to the first video on the channel. So this is 2 hours of footage that have been cut, speed up, and brought here to you guys. So this is a little level I've done. I don't really know the name of it yet, but I thought I wanted to make a video on this instead of, just doing a boring video where I just show 12 minutes of speeded up footage. I thought I'd do a little commentary just to make it a little more entertaining. So, I don't know what the name of this level is. I'm going to put it in the thumbnail and title. Most likely. I don't know if I come up with a name by then. So, it's a little blue themed level. A lot of blues, some white, and some blacks. I think all the colors look pretty well together, and I think the decoration also isn't so bad. Just a basic blue block with low opacity, just so the background shines through a bit. Just some white lines with some, like almost like cuts in them. Some of the shape decorations, and some of these little weird slanted things that actually add pretty good decoration, surprisingly. Um, other things I did like black lava with like dark blue glow underneath. So all I did was just take a solid blue object, paint it blue, and go to glow and select a really tall flat one, and just place it so it slowly fades from black to dark blue. I think it looks pretty cool. Then we have monsters with glow behind them, hexagons, the weird, almost like scythe-shaped saws, and just some other decoration that you see later in the video. I think it all goes together like peanut butter and jelly to make a decent looking level. I'm going to turn this into a series where I'd like do videos of me just building the stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try my best to do commentary. I'm going to try and do this all in one clip, just because I don't want to edit multiple clips, because editing this already took so long because I'm really new to Filmora and I'm really bad at cutting and stuff. So yeah, that's also one thing I want to tell you guys about. There's gonna be kind of like moments where I pause and there's gonna be cuts and stuff. That's because there were some parts where I had to leave, like this part right here. I had to leave to go do something, and the footage cut out. And then I tried my best to, edit it so it looked like nothing happened, but I suck. So it doesn't look that good. I mean, it doesn't look absolutely awful. Like, it's not like normal, like it's 20 minutes of absolutely nothing. I cut it down so it's about maybe 5 seconds of nothing, which I think it's a massive improvement. Which is awesome because like past me wouldn't have cut that out and like just would have kept that there, but I think now with barely any knowledge, I've actually managed to make a half decent video of me just speed building. I think so here's what I'm gonna quickly explain what I did for decoration. Like I said, blue block with like medium opacity, I think like 75 opacity. Then I did a really dark blue outline. Those white lines you can find the 3D outline, I think second page, top left. Use that, colored it, white. Then I used the shapes in the decoration thing identified by the chain. I used that, and then I also used some of those, like I said, slanted pieces. I don't know what those are. I think it's like glass or something. It looks futuristic, which I think looks really good, and it fits in with everything I've been doing right now. Oh yeah, grass blocks on the side, which I think add a really good touch, and monsters with glow behind them. These monsters also pulse to the beat. Originally, I wanted to make it so like the lava beneath them pulses, but I tried my best, and unfortunately, spikes in like the almost like the little monster ground they stand on and stuff. I don't know how to make that pulse, and even if I did my best, I'd make the blocks below it pulse, but not the actual like the little spiky stuff and all the bad stuff you can't touch. That doesn't pulse, which kind of sucks. Now, one thing I realized while doing this is that I might not have put down spikes in all this, so lava doesn't actually kill you, it's more decoration, but what you do is you place down spikes and set them to their own group, then use the alpha trigger and set their opacity to 0. I'm copying the lava because I'm too lazy to make it, so I don't know if not, that all of them have the spikes with low 0 opacity on them. I think after this I'm going to go ahead and check to see if they do, and if not, I'll do my best to put them back, just because, sitting in lava waiting to fall into a block and die isn't the funnest thing. It makes for a pretty boring level. Yeah. Also, sorry if this commentary sounds really repetitive and boring. Like I said, I'm doing this in one take. I don't want to do it in multiple takes, so this commentary might be repetitive and kind of boring. So yeah, this block was actually a lot of fun to make. I was kind of like, it didn't have a lot of room with all the other ones, so I could really go big here. I did, same thing that the big slanted pieces, then those, which I think, I don't know if those are laser blitz style or not, but if they are, then they look really good, and I like using them. More of the pulsing black squares. This is another cut where I had to go do something, and then I tried my best to um, make it look like nothing happened. I don't think this one is as bad because it doesn't black out and show footage of me back on my home screen. But yeah, I think that one actually looks pretty good. It pauses for a moment and then it cuts back, which I think looks way better than anything else I've done, which is surprising. So more playtesting, just like making sure you can't see the ground at all or see the space in between the ground and the object. That's one thing I like to do. I want to make sure that there's no mistakes. You can't see like the end of the block and stuff like that. Placing more glow in the objects. Doing my best here. Yeah, so also sorry if there's any background audio. I tried my best in OBS to get rid of the background audio, but I don't know if it's perfect, and I'm not doing this in another take because I'm lazy, of course. Adding more of these little, they're like scythe saw blades. They look really cool, and I feel like they're like really, really underused, which is kind of dumb because they look really good. They look like surprisingly good. And also, if you didn't notice, one thing you can do is on a rotating object like a saw blade or like stuff you put around orbs, you can edit. If you look the like teal button, edit special, you can add a custom rotation. I think this is really cool because if you have like a really slow song, you don't want fast spinning saws. You can make them rotate really slowly. You'll see me doing this with hexagon decorations I do like towards the end of the video. You won't see me doing it right now, which kind of sucks, but I'm doing this in one take and I kind of want to fill in the empty space of me talking about absolutely nothing. I'm pretty happy that instead of playing the awful audio in the background, it's actually playing what I'm talking about right now, because the audio there, it doesn't sound good at all. I think a little bit of the audio could like make it look good, but I don't know how to do that, and yeah, I'm not good at all. More of these little I don't know what they are, but like connector pipe pieces. They look pretty cool. You can hide them behind the lava, and they don't look too bad. I think one way, if you want to make like a good looking level, add as much tiny little decorations, kind of like those little pipes and grass and tiny little like objects and decoration inside the blocks, in the air, and on blocks and in orbs and stuff. They make things look really good. Excuse me. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing you can put in this. Do more deco right before the drop here. So this is one thing I like to do. I'm really lazy. I don't like making layouts because they take too long, and I realize that this is the worst part of making a level because I want to get straight to decorating. So what I do is I create a little bit of layout, then decorate it, a little bit of layout, decorate it. So that's what's happening here. You saw at the beginning of the footage there was some of the level actually done because I started this and thought, why don't I make a YouTube video about this? I think that would be a great idea. And yeah, that's what I did. So right now, well, at the beginning I was filling out the layout, and now I'm just doing all the decoration in between, adding more pulses before the drop, adding more of those puzzle pieces. I don't know if I've talked about them. If I have, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this. So what you do is you take a 3D outline, make it around a 1x1 cube, and make it a puzzle piece. And if you want to do what I'm doing, what you have to do is you have to also use the 3D blocks to fill it in and set it to. I did it to a bright color, but the thing is I did a glow behind it, so it basically looks like the blocks are absolutely pointless because the glow does it. But I think if I were to remove the inside the blocks, it won't look too good. So now I'm adding background pulses because that's one thing I forgot, and one thing you should add in your levels background pulses. They make the level look a lot more like lively instead of like, you know, like dead. You don't want a level that has no background pulses. I think pulses are kind of like a form of decoration. You know, you add in pulses to the level, they pulse the background. Like I said, they're kind of like more decoration. They look really, really good. So now, you know, adding more glow that I forgot to put on the objects. One thing I didn't do in this level is add moving objects. I think that's one thing I might add. But the only problem is I have lava on this level, and making it so the objects, like, there's a little block in between the lava might not look good. I might try and make it so it, like, emerges from the lava. So, like, it pokes out of the lava and you don't notice it. Sorry, my grammar is awful. One thing you might notice is that there's a platform made of 1.0 blocks all the way at the top. You might have saw it throughout the video here. That's because right in the second jump ring, you might notice that there you could skip the jump ring, get on that platform, and then you could jump over the saw blade and jump out of bounds. You see, I'm dumb, and I think you could like escape the level that way, but you can't because you'd fly to the top of the roof of the level, and then you die. So I think I'm gonna remove that in episode 2 because I'm kind of dumb. I think also commentary might actually improve because this is the first video that I'm actually doing commentary, so it's gonna suck. But then any new video I do, it's gonna sound way better because I know what I'm gonna talk to. I'm probably gonna make this a lot shorter than, like, what is this, like 14 minutes, like 15 minutes of just absolutely nothing, me just bantering about anything that I can. So if you're wondering what I'm using right now, even though I've explained it 10 million times, I'm an idiot. I'm using Filmora 9. The only problem is that I spent money to get the actual version. Because if you use the free trial, what will happen is that there's a ginormous watermark that takes up maybe like 15% of the screen, and it's a big fat Filmora made with Filmora free trial, and making that would not only make a bad video even worse. So I bought, what is it, like a year's worth of it, and then if I like this, I'll end up buying like a lifetime of this, which is only $60. So $60 for a lifetime. Depends on if you're like an avid YouTuber and spend all your life using Filmora, which you might, but there's probably other things that are better than this. But I mean, I don't care. I like Filmora. It's not complicated. It's like really good for beginners. It's not harsh. Yeah, that reminds me, when I had an iPhone, I have an Android now, there was this app called iMovie, which helped me make awful Fortnite videos. And unfortunately, when I switched to Android, I couldn't get iMovie. But the good thing is I stopped playing Fortnite and I deleted all the videos on that channel. Good thing is the highest views I had was 47, which, you know, ain't too bad. Averaging like maybe 20 views a video, which is okay. I didn't even care my videos weren't even getting that many views. I was having fun making them. If you're also wondering how I made the thumbnail, I used Canva. It's pretty cool. So create a design. If you want it to be the actual thumbnail size, create custom dimensions set to pixels. I think that's what it is, pixels, and then look up the YouTube thumbnail size. I don't know what it is. Sorry, I'm rambling a lot. And now we gotta start talking about the level. So right now I'm adding more of these little hexagon pieces at the beginning here because the beginning of the level looks barren. All I had there was a puzzle piece and then like a shrub. Overall, I think adding just, like I said, tiny bits of decoration make everything look a lot better. So now I'm making it so the background, it turns from black slowly up and then up to its normal color. I did a bit of tweaking. I went from like 0.25 I think to 1.75, which I think looks good. Yeah, I set it to 1.75. It's not perfect. I don't care. I'm doing my best. Anyway, so next thing I'm doing is I have the level that's still in my levels list called Catalyst. I made a full layout to 9 circles. I think it looks pretty good. I started making the gameplay. It looks awful. Like, none of the decoration matches. So one thing in the level is that when you're moving by, the 2 arrows, they pulse. So the left one goes from its normal color to white back to its normal color, and the other one goes from its normal color to white to the other color. And I think it looks pretty cool. It adds, like I said, pulses add a lot more to the level. They make it look lively. And also add decoration. So, like, unfortunately, you're at 2 speed. You're at times 2 speed. So it's hard to see that you're actually, like, moving on it. like it's hard to see. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. It's hard to see that they're pulsing white and pulsing back, but it's okay. It's not everything's not gonna be perfect. So this is what I'm talking about here. If you saw right there, I edited special on these hexagons to make it so you can change the rotation. I think for this level, even though it's a fast-paced song and it's 2 times speed, I think the saw blade should be rotating at. I don't know. I don't know what it was like when I don't know. I don't know what the edit special is, or I don't know why. It doesn't give you any time. It just says 110 degrees. I think that means 110 degrees every second, maybe. I think that's what it means. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. So it looks pretty nice. The hexagons add like very, tiny, tiny little decoration. Air deco is a pretty important thing because, air isn't always air deco. It like your levels have a lot of empty air unless you have blocks absolutely everywhere. Air deco, it helps fill in the space. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching and be prepared for episode 2. All right, bye bye.